Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. I just want to say I appreciate all the comments on the um, last video where I explained how I'm getting by in New York City with no 9 to 5 job. And I just wanted to take the time because I realized I never told you guys how I ended up with my own apartment. And that's something I'm always curious about people. Like, what's their living situation, house or apartment, renting, owning? And like, how did they get there? And so I realized I never shared with y'all how I ended up with my apartment. And I say my own apartment in the sense that I'm living, alone by myself. It's not really my apartment, right? I'm renting from somebody else's. It's my landlord's apartment at the end of the day that I'm renting, and I'm not renting to own. I'm just renting to rent. I'm literally paying my landlord's bills, which is crazy. And um, I think in every businessman slash entrepreneur's career, they discover real estate and like how owning property can generate a lot of passive income and a lot of income, period. A lot of nice steady income. But going off on a tangent, how did I end up with this apartment that is way too spacious for just one person? Because I am here alone. But I moved here in 2012, I want to say. I moved here in 2012. It's 2025 now. Yes. I've been renting here since 2012. And in 2012, I'm going to date myself here. Y'all already know my age. In 2012, I was in high school and my mom moved us over here. And we used to live a block away from my high school, literally 2 blocks away from my high school. And so when we moved here, I was like, when I found out we were moving, period, I was like, damn, like no more like 2 block walk to school, like no more 2 block walk to school, 2 block walk, back home, and like no more like having friends over the house because it's so close and like it's just so convenient. And so it kind of sucked at first because I was gonna either have to take the bus or I was gonna have to walk, which the bus is like, even the bus was a whole other ordeal because I had to walk away from the direction of my school to catch the bus and then to go back. So that was awkward. And then walking, it was just, I wasn't really as into fitness as I am now, but I was gonna grow to like this place and I was gonna grow to get pretty familiar with the travel to school. It's about a 15-minute walk, not the craziest walk, like 15, 20 minutes, but walking. So it could be a lot depending on like the kind of mind state you're in. I grew to kind of not mind it towards the end of my year, and I was a junior, when I moved here. I was ending my last year, and I was about to just be in my final year of high school. So, I was just gonna have to endure that for a year. But my mom moved us here. I was living with my mom. It was me and my mom and my brother. It's me, my mom, and my little brother. Yes, I have a little brother who is about a year and a half younger than me. Same mom, different dad. And yeah, we moved here and it was the 3 of us. And then my brother ended up leaving and going to live with other family of his. For whatever reason, he wanted to go upstate and live with other family. So he did that. And then it was just me and my mom. And it was me and my mom for a good little minute, up until the point where she got to mentioning how, she really doesn't like the cold. The cold is really bothering her and she would much prefer a warmer climate. And around that time, my sister, who lived in Brooklyn, had moved to Florida. She moved to Florida And I think she had some sort of Section 8, some sort of housing, something that she was able to transfer to Florida because she also doesn't like the cold. And so it kind of lined up perfectly for my mom to kind of go out there, and she would be able to, not be so far away from my sister, who, she used to, spend a lot of time with and talk to all the time. And then also my sister has, I have a few nephews and a niece from my sister. So my mom, you know how moms are when they get grandkids, like the connection between parents and grandkids is just like this unmatched like relationship, man. Like I remember when I was a kid, and my dad's mom used to like love to take me to the mall, and like she would buy me stuff that my dad would never let me have. Like she would give me candy, you know what I'm saying? We used to go to this one mall I'll never forget, and she bought me this rock candy. I don't know if you guys know what rock candy is, but it's like a lollipop. It's like a stick lollipop, this wooden stick, and like it's just like this long like mass of like chunks of like flavored sugar. It's called rock candy. And I used to love that, man. And she would just spoil me, um juice was on the menu finally. I wasn't able to really drink juice when I lived with my dad, or and I had to ask for every drop of juice that freaking touched a cup of mine. But yeah, grandma, like kids and the grandma to kid relationship, or grandpa to kid relationship is just different. I feel like at that point in a person's life, once you reach grandpa or grandma, you've already like gained a level of wisdom that you really couldn't share with your actual kids when they were young and in those formative stages where maybe they could have most valued from that, you know what I mean? So I think it's just like a natural thing for grandparents to do, to want to just kind of impart some of that wisdom and some of that knowledge and peace upon their grandkids. But so yeah, my mom starts, saying how she wants to go to Florida, XYZ, and the timing lined up perfectly with one of my best friend's families moving out of the city, and he lived maybe 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away, and he had a job here. He had a job here in Queens. His family was moving out to Long Island, and it almost lined up, like it pretty much lined up perfectly to where my mom was gonna move to Florida. She still had a bunch of stuff here, but she was actively like working on moving out. And my best friend from high school, his family was also moving, and he wanted to stay. And I spoke to my mom about it. I told her that if you do move out, if you're sure you want to pull the trigger on that, then I have somebody who Alec, she knew Alec too. I was like, Alec's family is moving and he wants to stay, and it would work out. If you would leave, he would come, and that way we would just split the rent still. And by this time, I actually had been paying my mom rent. In high school, I wasn't, and for a few years after high school, I wasn't paying rent. But at a point, it's like, you gotta pay rent. You know what I mean? I think I was maybe like 21. I was maybe like 21, 22. Did I pay rent in college? I went to college for 2 years. Actually, I don't think she made me pay rent during college. But I just bought all my own stuff. And as long as I've had a job, I've just bought like all my own food, So I don't think she charged me rent, but I never like, I didn't eat the food or anything like that. Like, I mean, if she cooked, I ate the food, but I basically paid for like everything else. which is like crazy. She let me like live with no rent for a few years, which, guys, if you're still at home and you don't pay rent, just take it for granted. Like, take it for granted. Don't say thank you. Like, just like feel entitled about it. You know what I mean? Feel like that's gonna be your life forever. I just bumped into my bed here. Super squeaky. That's loud. Yeah, you know, cause you deserve it. You deserve to live with no rent. What even is rent? What, like, why should you have to pay to live? Like, I feel like living should just be, we should all just be able to live. Like, what, you gotta pay to live? What is this? Like, how are you monetizing that? What about animals? Like, animals don't gotta pay to live. Like, aren't we? But yeah, so yeah, eventually I started paying rent. She had me paying, she had me paying rent. I think she started me off like a little less than half, and then eventually I was paying half. And here we pay rent, and then we pay electricity, and we pay gas. And the electricity could get really high because it's literally just like how much electronics you use. And me being somebody who played a gamer, me being someone who played video games, I used to use a lot of electricity, you know what I mean? Because I would game for hours, and that just runs the electricity bill through the roof. My mom would also, she would watch TV, and that adds up. And then the gas, like, using the stove or the oven. Some years I would use the oven for heat because the heaters would just be too weak. So I would like turn the oven on. Sorry, mama. I know that ran that bill up, man. I know she didn't like when I did that because the bill would just go crazy. But man, I was cold, man. Like, I was cold, ma. The oven's right next to the shower. Like, I'm taking a shower. Like, look, y'all, literally, it'd be wintertime. The shower's right here. And then the oven is like right here. And it's just so perfect to just turn this on. And then as soon as you get out that cold shower, you just walk into the heat from the oven. And like, again, like it could get really cold in here in the winter. Like, this winter was fairly decent, but like, especially if you live in New York City, like, man, these winters could get hectic. Like, I'm talking snowstorms. I'm talking like cold. Like, I'm talking like below 0 degrees, freezing. And the insulation, this is an old building. This is an old apartment. The insulation is not that strong. You know what I'm saying? It's not that strong, to the point where, like, my mom puts plastic on the windows. Like, this is plastic from when she came and visited. She put the plastic. We do plastic also in the bathroom, but I had to rip it off because it's pretty nice out. We had like a calm 60, 70 degree day the other day. Dang near felt like 80 degrees. But and yeah, I like to just take it off, let the air flow. At a certain point, like, the apartment just needs air circulation, temperature aside. But so yeah, she goes to Florida. Alec moves in, and everything is good. It's cool until it wasn't, y'all. And I don't want to put bro's business out there, but basically, one thing led to another with, in dog's personal life. And lost his job, had a bad run-in with a toxic female. And yeah, he stopped working. He couldn't afford the rent, and I guess he didn't have the drive or the desire to stay here anymore. And And yeah, he decided to move out and go live with some family of his a few states over. Um, but yeah, he left on short notice, but you know, I still appreciate bro. Good dude. Um, I got nothing bad to say about Alec, man. Great dude. He introduced me to handball, which I've been playing for about 12, 13 years now. I literally started a handball brand. Like none of this would have happened. Probably a lot of y'all know me from handball. Most of y'all wouldn't even know me if it wasn't for Alec. So I literally got nothing bad to say about Alec. He taught me how to dance, like all types of. He taught me the airwalk. Some of y'all might know me from the airwalk. He taught me how to airwalk. Like, Alec, you watching this? I love you, bro. I love you, bro. But and so yeah, that was a few months ago, and that's how I ended up with my own apartment, man. I just been making it shake since he left, and I told myself, I'm like, I could move out. I may move out because again, this is a big apartment. But I told myself I want to challenge myself to afford this place alone, and just really like level up in, in my financial security to the point where I'm not leaving this place because I have to, I don't want to leave by necessity. I will if I have to, of course. But again, I just want to challenge myself to just kind of find like real like financial freedom, and just be able to afford this place on my own. I thought about roommates. A couple people I know, a couple of my friends are looking for places, and that's an option too. I haven't really like it's a few people, it's a few of them who are open to moving in. So we'll see. Maybe that's in the cards. Who knows? I'm not sure yet. But again, I still want to just try to like pay for everything myself. I've been scraping by. I told you guys in the last video, I've been like just getting by. I don't want to be just getting by. Like I want to be getting by like comfortably, comfortably, confidently. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically my story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Look, I could yap all day to y'all. You know what I mean? I could literally yap all day to y'all, but I hope all of y'all are doing good. Again, I appreciate all the comments on the last video. A few funny comments. Somebody was like, how the heck? Somebody was like, yo, you need a job. somebody, another one of y'all was just like, yo, like, keep grinding. And I appreciate everybody, man. Not gonna lie, I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Will I get a job? I might get a job. Who knows? Something part-time just to, add more stable income on the table. But who knows, man? A lot of different the cool thing about side hustles is that they are scalable, right? Whether it be the content, whether it be the freelance editing, whether it be the clothing brand, like all these things can scale, and there's literally nothing wrong with doing something part-time on the side just for like more stable income. You know what I'm saying? I haven't worked a job in a while, but I understand that. I was talking to somebody today and they were like, yo, I've never had a bad boss. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, like, and he's like, I hear like horror stories about other people. And I'm like, oh, so you know how lucky you are. And then he's like, yeah, but all my bosses have been good. He's like, I worked for my friend's dad before. I worked for I worked for another boss at another company, and it's like all my bosses are super chill, super laid back. They tell me to do my work, and as long as I do that, I'm good. And I'm just like, wow, like, yo, I'm happy for you. Like, yo, that's good, bro. Like, that's good. And he gets to work from home, and like, I'm like, yes, like, and so I realize not all bosses are bad. Have I had a terrible like run with like jobs and like bosses? Yes, I've had a horrible run. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had some really just crazy bosses, like just like crazy bosses. You know what I'm saying? And but I realize not every job is like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't generalize. You know, generalizing is it's just not accurate, you know, at the end of the day. But we'll see what the cards hold for me. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got some insight on how I got this apartment to myself. This has been my story. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace. Yo, I've been practicing this dance all week. Uptown, downtown, downtown. And I think I finally got it. Hold on, see my legs. I think I finally got it. Y'all gotta tell me if I got it or not in the comments. And y'all could just be honest. Like if I don't got it, just be like, yo, that's not it. Oh, I can't see my feet. Then I can't see my body. Now I can't see my body. Hold on. Yo, this is what tall people gotta go through. All right, tell me if I'm doing this dance right. Like, am I hitting it? I can't tell if I'm hitting it. All right, I'll see y'all later.